Hey, what's up guys? I'm back at my dad's house. We're getting ready to prep the tank and put in substrate and start doing the hardscaping and probably plant as well. But I started with just some ADA stuff to prep the soil. It's not going to be a complete ADA substrate. I'm going to use a small layer of ADA soil in the bottom and then cap it with Eco Complete, so kind of a reverse of what I did in my tank. My tank I had Eco Complete in the bottom and then ADA in the top. But here are the hardscaping material. I'm going to play with this. My dad had an idea of what he wanted, so I'm probably going to go around that and just kind of build around that. The extra plants I have in my tank, the 2 extra bags of ADA that I had, and then the rest of the Eco Complete here. Alright guys, here is the hardscape. So this is how my dad wanted it to be laid out. The big driftwood in the middle. Try to integrate the rocks in there as well. We were kind of short on the rocks because that's all I had left. That rock, that big piece back there is to hold this driftwood down. This one's still floating, and these other ones are pretty good. So, not too bad. It looks really good. We want to fill it with plants. I think it's going to look a lot better once the plants are in there. Hey, what's up guys? Going through these plants. These are Liguias. I have a bunch of extras, so putting them by stem and starting to plant. This is going to be a low tech tank, Discus tank, and no CO2. So I picked some of the lower light plants to put in here. It looks awesome so far. It's coming along, but you can see down here, got a bunch of extras. That's all for my tank at home. Alright, so we finished planting. I have some of the high grow tigers back here. It's like already a forest. Then I have the Liguia repens back here. I have the Japonicas up here. These were just some extra cuts. So once these fill in, we'll fill in out here. You move along here. Eventually we're going, I have some extra Java ferns and some Anubias. We're going to probably end up tying to these driftwoods here to grow them. I'm going to wait until the tank is a little bit more established before putting them in. We have some more Japonicas here. So it's going to fill up this whole area for carpeting. In the back, actually let's see here. We have some up in front here. This is high grow Pentaphylla in the middle portion of the tank. In the back is going to be some Rotellas. I think, I forget which version of the Rotella. I want to say it's the Singapore one, but I don't remember. This one is some more Rotellas, different species. I got some Kambabas, the purple ones in the back. So this is going to be really nice back here. In the front here, eventually again, this Japonica, once it fills in, is going to go along here, but we'll find out some more Java ferns and whatnot to kind of latch on here. I might toss some Bruces into this tank and let them attach onto the driftwood and grow from there. So that might look pretty cool too. But again, I'll probably wait until it's a little bit more established before trying those or putting those in. But so far, looking pretty good. And we're gonna start filling up the water and let it cycle. It's gonna probably be a while. I do have a jump start, but again, with big tanks, it's gonna be some time before it cycles. I'm gonna do a quick tour of the tank. I got the picture in. It looks really nice. It's hanging. Ran into some issues with the stand kind of not being even, but we had to make do and do it as best as we could. And now it looks pretty good. So let me go ahead and show you guys what we did, what plants we have in here. So you guys kind of saw it in the previous video, but it's probably better under the light. Looking really good. Threw in some Java ferns here. It's from previous tank. It's just been under like light, so it hasn't been growing really well. But there's gonna be some dark spots just because the LED does not go all the way across, which is fine because there's gonna be a low light or low tech tank with low plants anyways. But in the areas in front here, it's gonna be with some of the higher lights. There's no CO2, like I said, and this is Eco Complete. Got ADA in the very bottom, so it's going to be looking really good. A lot of hiding spots. for fish, plecos, and whatnot. So it's really good for them. Got some anubias hanging on those guys. Got one there, kind of dude there. So yeah, here's the tank. It's starting to cycle. It's going to be probably several weeks before we can add anything in here. But yeah, peace.